Welcome back, my friends. Finally, the time has arrived when we're going to be creating tasks. Notice that I have Upgrade Project S2 open, which is the project that we're going to be continuing or have been working on. So the first thing, you may just type in all the deliverables, as I explained in my prior video, WBS. Deliverables typed one after the other, pressing the Enter key on your keyboard to move one onto the next row, one row after the other. Microsoft automatically fills in the rest of the fields. So let's start by creating the top deliverables. I'm going to hit the caps on my keyboard to make all the deliverables in capital letters. So the first one is requirements. After that, I'm going to hit the Enter key. And notice that Microsoft fills in all of the fields automatically. Procurement, walls upgrade, floors upgrade, kitchen upgrade. And the goal of this sample project is to upgrade an entire ranch house, which includes repairing and painting the walls in every room, as well as upgrading the floors and kitchen. Then we're going to we're going to save the project. We're going to give it a new name of Upgrade Project S2.1, like that. Okay, one more time, as a reminder, notice that Microsoft automatically provides a 1-day duration with a question mark to indicate that this is just an estimate. Remember the new column that we added, the work column? In there, it says 0 hours. Why? Because tasks have no resources assigned to them, right? So therefore, there is no work effort. And we're going to go over every single column one more time. The indicators column, the one with an I, notice if I hover over it, it says displays indicators that give different types of information about a task or resource. Microsoft Project controls the icons that appear on this column, including a task notes icon for comments, as I indicated earlier. Then you have the task mode column, okay? Displays an automatically scheduled task icon in this case, or a manual icon, as you learned in the previous videos. Task name column is for task names. Everything is a task in here, including milestone task, summary tasks, as I explained in the WBS video. The type column provides the types of tasks that you're going to be creating. We're going to talk more about the types of tasks, such as fixed units, fixed durations. Notice that by default, any summary task, in this case, the project summary task is acting as a summary task because it has dependent tasks or children right below it. So that summary task, task number 0, becomes a summary task as well. But it's called the project summary task. And by default, they have fixed duration as the type. Duration is the duration of the task. Work hours are the efforts. Start and finish date columns. Microsoft automatically controls these two columns when you have a task mode of automatic. which is what you want. You want Microsoft to dynamically change the finish date or the start date based upon the durations and relationships of one task and another. Okay, so now we're going to start adding tasks for those deliverables. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna place the cursor below the deliverable where you want to insert a task. So in this case, I'm gonna place the cursor on the procurement task to insert task right above it. So similar to when we inserted columns, we had to place the cursor on the column right before where you wanted to insert the column. So in other words, I place the cursor on the duration column to insert a column to the left. Same thing, or in a similar way, if you want to insert tasks, you will need to place the cursor below where you want the task to be inserted, meaning above where the cursor is situated. So the first thing I'm going to do is place the insert key to type in a task name. But you can also, from the ribbon, you can select the task tab, right? Because it's, in this case, it's all about tasks. And then we're gonna look for the insert group right here. Here is the insert group. And then we're gonna select task. And notice that we get this bracket, new task, and bracket, right? That's the default for us to type in a new task. So we're gonna type in here, define all requirements. And then we're gonna hit the enter key. And notice that I can also click on this check mark here on the entry bar. I'm gonna just hit the enter key. And then I'm going to use the insert key instead of the task command up here to insert another task. So I'm gonna type requirements completed. So notice that I don't have the bracket, task bracket. So I'm gonna type requirements completed and hit the enter key. Now, in order to enter tasks for the procurement deliverable, I need to place the cursor right below it. Okay, so I'm going to again select new task and notice the bracket, new task bracket, and I'm going to type there procure all requirements and materials. All items and materials. Enter. And I'm going to choose either the task command or just the insert key on the keyboard. And I'm going to type one more, procurement complete. Okay, so I have already typed in all of the tasks. It is time for you to pause the video so that you can take a screenshot of all of the tasks so that you can follow along. I'm gonna just reiterate a few items in here. The entry, the Gantt chart entry table, as you could see it, right? The divider here, you can move the divider left or right. And now you have the Gantt chart with the time scale. If you don't see these bars, what you can do is just click on any task and select from the task tab, select scroll to task. And that way you will be able to see this bar. So Microsoft has created a bar, a horizontal bar for each task of one day. But also notice the project summary task. By the way, if If you don't see the project summary task, which is task 0, you just click on the Gantt chart format and make sure that the project summary task is selected. On the Gantt chart timescale, you will see that Microsoft has displayed a bracket to represent the duration of the project summary task. The project summary task, which is task 0, has a yellow icon on the indicators column to represent that there are comments in there. On the task mode column, here's the task mode. Microsoft Project displays a small blue bar with an arrow to represent automatic tasks. Those are these blue arrows. If you happen to have a manual task, then Microsoft would display an icon with a push pin. On the type column, right here, Microsoft displays fixed duration for the project summary task and fixed units for the other ones. On the type column, Microsoft Project boldfaces fixed duration for summary tasks. In this case, as I indicated, the project summary task as it acts as a summary task, which it is. We haven't done milestones yet, but I'm going to show you how to convert a task to a milestone. In this case, this procurement, which I misspelled. See, I can just go to the entry bar and fix it, and then hit enter, or just click on this check mark. We're going to turn this into a summary task. We're going to see that in a few minutes or in the next video. The duration column, again, Microsoft displays a 1 day as a default with a question mark to indicate that these are estimated durations, that you haven't changed them yet. The work columns shows 0 hours because there are no resources assigned to them, to those tasks yet. You will do that later on. And the start date and the finish date columns, notice this is the start date of the project, so Microsoft already added those dates for you. They will be changed dynamically as you move along. And lastly, the Gantt chart with the time scale displays a short horizontal bar on the right with the light blue colored to represent a 1 day duration. And when we convert the task to milestone tasks, you're going to see a triangle listed on the right-hand side, meaning on the time scale.